Welcome back to Stoic Plays, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and we are coming back to Total War Attila. For the past week or so, on my own, I have been playing as the faction Himyar. Now, Himyar is an interesting faction. They were released in a DLC, the Empires of the Sands DLC, and they are based here in Arabia Felix. They start with Zafar and Himyar, or Eudemon. So, in modern days, this is, I believe, Yemen. And what's interesting about these fellows is that they are Jewish Arabs. And I just got kind of a kick out of that. They adopted Judaism, primarily, they explain, because their ancient enemy, the Empire of Aksum, down here in Ethiopia, was Christian. So they've been constantly warring for a long time. So when you first start the campaign, what the game wants you to do is to go after this settlement here, Omana. But I didn't do that because at the time, they were under the protection of the Persians, who were ridiculously strong at that time. So instead, I went to war against Aksum, crushed them, and at that point, things just started. The Eastern Roman Empire, my beloved Eastern Roman Empire, was beset by all manner of rebellions. And so Egypt was taken over by a faction called Egypt, and I was able to conquer them. And then I took care of Libya. And the Lakhmids, who are these guys here, they are another one of the factions from that pack. They took Palestina, and I took that from them, and Arabia Magna, and I'm just about to take their last city. I have an army marching up there on the way right now. We have the Western Romans here in Rhodes, and I don't know if the Eastern Romans even exist anymore in this world. I know that they were on Crete for a little bit until they were taken over by the Suebians. But yeah, Armenia and Persia working together basically steamrolled the poor Eastern Romans, and their side countries of Dacia and Asia and Egypt and whatnot, they all just kind of piled on. It was ugly. So Himyar is a very interesting faction. Let me show you a little bit about them. They're one of the Empires of the Sands, and one of the reasons why I chose them is because they have these cool face masks, which I think are really, really neat. But yeah, so they are Arab Jews, so Judaism is their primary religion, but the game gives you a lot of opportunities, if you want to switch back to their old religion, which is kind of a pagan religion, I guess. Semitic pagan, I think is what they refer to it as. Let me see. Yeah, Semitic paganism. And they'll give you like tons of money and whatnot. It's like the nobles of the empire saying, hey, let's go back to the old ways. But I keep saying no, because I just think it's kind of funny. And they are a desert kingdom, which is really cool. They have +3 sanitation everywhere, and they are immune to desert attrition, which, as the Eastern Romans, was a big pain in the butt. So that's great. I can march armies all up and down the desert, no problem. And they also have +10 melee attack during desert battles. So they're basically intended to fight in the desert. And once you get out of the desert, hopefully you're more powerful that you can fight outside of it without these bonuses. However, there is an increased public order penalty for religious differences between new religions faction-wide. So that's pretty rough. You want to really focus on whichever religion you choose, whether it be Judaism or Semitic paganism. You really, really want to have your priests make sure that everybody gets on board, because otherwise you deal with a lot of unrest. Now, as you can see here, we're at war with the Persians, and that also includes all of their little hangers-ons and what are they called? Client states, I guess. And that's about that. So, I am using also the Radious mod. So, it changes a lot. I think a lot of what it changes is in recruitment. And I'll show you what I mean. As you recall with the Eastern Romans, when I did that campaign, each troop-producing building only produced a certain type of troop, and only that building did it. So, if you wanted, for example, cataphracts, you had to have the highest level stable. Well, with this faction, with the Radius mod, things are quite different. You could build a barracks in a city, an infantry quarters here, which is the city infantry recruitment chain. But as you can see here, you get Baltha warriors, desert levy swordsmen, desert bowmen, and that keeps going. And you eventually want this in your capital because you eventually have to choose at the end. And that's one interesting thing is you're constantly choosing between Judaism and Semitic paganism in the game, but gameplay mechanics-wise, there's no forcing you to choose. You can have both. Like even in the technology tree, which I'll show you in a minute, you can recruit both Jewish and pagan stuff together, and there's no problem. It's not like with the Romans where as you learned more Christian things, you lost ancient technologies. But when you get to the end of your tech tree, you have to choose between the abode of Sham's champions or the dwelling of the Kayalim. And it depends on your religious percentage. So if you're at least 75% Jewish, you can build this one. If you're at least 75% Semitic pagan, you can build this one. So you definitely want one of these, but it's not the only option. In fact, it's not even the best option, in my opinion. If you look over here, these are the units that you can recruit with the level 4 of this. Okay, so it's Athar's Chosen, Kushite, Sholtalai, Desert Noble Spearmen, etc., etc. But if you want to go, let's go over here to Ethiopia real quick. If you don't want to waste a city slot, you can build an infantry militia encampment here in the villages, which is just as good. It starts off with a levy camp. In fact, the game kind of encourages you to do this because one of your early technologies gives you a plus to all levy troops you recruit. But look at all I can get here. I can get different cavalries. I get melee cavalry. I get skirmisher cavalry, archer cavalry. I get the Zealot Sicarius, the Arabic heavy spearmen, desert spear warriors, desert sword veterans. So what I'm trying to say is they are different units than what you can get from the city infantry, but because of the Radious mod, I guess, all the units kind of overlap each other, so you really don't need the city infantry. These Arabic heavy spearmen, for example, are just as good as any of the spearmen you can get from the better one. But it goes even further than that. So you can recruit units here, sure, but then you have a choice of government buildings. You can have a government building, like a palace in your city, and that's just great. But you can also have one, a magistrate palace in the village, which gives you the opportunity to recruit, for example, Desert Noble Cavalry, Desert Elite Warriors, Sana'a Spearmen, Al-Azd Heavy Infantry. So, for example, you can recruit units from this as well. And if I want to go back here to our homeland here. Actually, does this city even have a palace? Here we go. So if you go with the city chain, you can get Desert Noble Cavalry, Desert Elite Warriors, Sana'a Spearmen again. So you can choose between doing it in the city or the village. Oftentimes you have more space in the villages, so you might as well do it there. And finally, there's a cavalry stable, the Azadan barracks or whatnot, which I don't even have, I don't think, in any of my main places because it's kind of superfluous where you can recruit better cavalry from the levy field. But I think I do have one set up in the area that I captured, not because I did it, but because it was there already. But it looks like I already got rid of it. But anyway, so the one thing you can recruit there that you can't recruit in the other places are armored camel warriors, which are kind of cool, I guess. You get a special structure if you start as Himyar. It's this right here, this dam, which is kind of interesting if you ask me. They found looks like a valley surrounded on 3 sides by mountains and just built a wall across the other side to store water, which is kind of genius. What kind of sucks about it, though, is you can't upgrade it. It stays at this level forever, and it takes up one of your slots. But it does improve fertility +6. So it turns this one province into, like, ridiculously good fertility. And it gives you some wealth, too. But there's this event that keeps popping up over and over again where they're like, the dam is breaking. The dam is breaking. What are you going to do? You can contribute a little bit to it or a lot. I always just fix the damn thing. Haha, the damn thing. It's a dam. That's pretty good. I fix it all at once. I spend the money because I don't want trouble with it. But so, the specific faction traits of Himyar are Desert Warriors. You have -15 fatigue for all units. You have the dam, of course. You have Desert Saboteurs, which stops foreign replenishment in regions where your armies are present. I love that. It's fantastic. And plus, you get a growth +1. The Jewish faith gets wealth +5 from industrial buildings, which is kind of racist, but whatever. And right now, I'm currently in a food surplus, and my power level is acceptable, and my Imperium is intimidating. I lost my king right at the beginning. He led an army to Ethiopia and got killed. So now his son, Amru, has been the king for a while, like pretty much the whole game. And he now has a ton of kids, even though right now his brother, I guess, his older brother is his heir. And then he's got a younger brother too. I'm keeping my family members for the most part as governors. We have a ton of really cool generals, and I love these copper face masks, man. They're just pretty intimidating. So yeah, fun faction. I'm really enjoying them. And once I felt strong enough, I went after the Persians, and that's where we currently stand here.
At your command.
I think we're going to attack Hira, so I can show you some of their units. Again, this is the Radious mod, along with the Radious unit mod, so I can't really tell you which of these units are from the vanilla game and which are from the Radious mod, because I've never played this faction in vanilla. But I think these like pretty ones with the colored backgrounds are from Radious, though I'm not sure. Al-Hawari has an unassigned skill. He's our Libyan general. Or governor, actually, so we're going to give him governor traits. Let's lower corruption, sure. So a couple things. Radius gives you 3 skill points instead of 2, which I love. And let's just talk about the skill tree. So it's very different from the Eastern Roman skill tree. You still start off with the 3 pillars of cunning, authority, and zeal. But with this one here, you go to infantry, and then you have archer. So remember, the Eastern Romans had navy and cavalry, and then you have what's called desert power, which gives you a larger range of reinforcement, and then strategist finally, and then elite warrior. And so the skills are, the tech skills for the heroes are slightly different than the Eastern Romans, and it's interesting how it progresses. And this particular gentleman is extra cunning, although he is boring and dangerous. Now, one thing I wish Radius would have fixed, and looks like they didn't or chose not to, is the fact that people get pissed off when it's just this whole system of people losing their loyalty because a subordinate was promoted above them is just nuts. I completely hate it. I hate it as an Eastern Roman, and I hate it now as Himyar, because, you know, this guy has tons of stars, right? So he has to be up here. But then, like, this guy has 6 stars, and this guy only has 5. So I'm like, okay, well, I can't make him a master of horse and then him another one, because then he'll get pissed that this guy is also a master of the horse. So you have to, like, leave this spot open when you'd rather want someone there, because it gives bonuses. And so it's just the whole system. That's why this guy down here could be master of infantry, but if I did that, then this guy would be pissed, and the whole thing just annoys me a lot. But I'm gonna, yeah, let's save one battle with there's my navy, yeah, coming along to the Persian Gulf. Let's move a little faster, guys. There we go. Himyar, not a noted naval power. In fact, my navies just get crushed left and right. It's pretty hilarious. But it's fun. You know, what are you going to do? So yeah, the Roman Empire is pretty much destroyed in this campaign at this point. They were too beautiful to live. Oh, it looks like the Geats are at war with me again. Yeah, the Norsemen, the Vikings, for some reason said, hey, let's just start an empire in Nubia. That's who I conquered it from. And did I say Nubia? I don't know if it's Nubia or not, but that area to the east of, to the west of Egypt. And now they're a little bit further to the west, and they declared war on me again. I don't know why they would do that. Oh, here comes the Sassies. They're still very powerful. I've won some initial battles against them. I've raided some of their cities. But that's just because their armies were like up in Anatolia fighting off Roman successor states. But now they're bringing them back. So it's going to be tough times for me. And Armenia, they're pretty rough too. I'm not going to play this one out because it's just the basic troops. We're going to go ahead and just fight it on the battlefield. Or fight it not on the battlefield. Wait a minute. That said I was supposed to overwhelmingly win that. What the hell? Oh man, now I have to go back there. I could have sworn it said, like, there wasn't even a chance that the enemy was going to even have a chance. Gosh darn it. That's work I gotta do here. But anyways, we're gonna go to Hira with this army here, led by our General Al-Aswad. Okay, and we're gonna back him up here. Oh, shoot. Ah, the agent stopped him when he was just about ready here. Can he take him all by himself? I don't think he can. Maybe he can. Darn it. Maybe if I...
Ready for orders.
Oh, shoot. I was going to say maybe if I can move around to this side, but there's this level of red where you can't really move your troops into.
My lord. At once.
Oh, I think he's close enough.
My lord. Let them cower before our might.
Alright. Normally I'd auto-resolve this, but considering the auto-resolve has been screwing me over left and right, and I want to show you some of these units, let's go ahead and fight it on the battlefield. And I'm getting back into Attila simply because I'm going to be doing a campaign soon on the last Roman pack. So I'm just kind of playing around with different nations and getting reused to the game since it's been a while since I've played it a lot. And that's also the reason for the Radious mod, because there is a faction pack for the Roman expedition that includes a lot of historical and really cool units, but the only way you could get it is if you also have Radious. Alright. Generally hate sieging, but whatever. So, first off, we have our Arabic Heavy Spearmen. And they're really cool. They have these beautiful shields with these designs on them. Some of them have helmets. Other ones have turbans, although I assume there's a helmet underneath. Ooh, that one has like a horse. Looks like he's eating a banana. Not really sure what that horse is doing, but it's cool. And then we have our elite desert warriors. Look at these guys. First of all, they have these beautiful conic helmets, along with really good... I'm not sure what kind of armor this is. Some kind of scale. And again, beautiful shields. This kind of has a Macedonian-y looking design. And this has got like a lion on it, which is really cool. And these are our best swordsmen right now. They have the curved scimitar type swords, which is really cool. Then we have just the Arabic swordsmen. So this was the desert warriors. And then we have Arabic swordsmen, which they're wearing what looks like fur. We've got fur coats. I don't see any metal armor, though. Maybe it's underneath. Yeah, I can see a little bit of scale there. They've got a cool rhinoceros or something on the shield. Or like a... What is that? Like a tapir? I don't know. And then this is a Pegasus, which is really cool as well. They have straight swords instead of curved ones. Beautiful units. Now, this is a faction unit, the Ashum, which is a naked archer, but apparently they're elite archers. I mean, they're better than and more expensive than archers that actually have armor on, so there you have it. They have a kind of a rattan shield there, and apparently they're very good. Very good Himyarite bowmen. Pretty ripped. Look at that guy. He's done a couple push-ups. Now, they have these really cool guys called Rumha Warriors, which are skirmishers, actually. But they're shielded, heavily armored skirmishers, and they have spear wall. So I use them just as infantry. I use them to hold the line, to go against cavalry, and then I try to swing them to the side, throw their javelins, and then charge in. That's how I play them. And they're pretty beefy. It looks like they're wearing chainmail. And a cap of chainmail, too. Here's our Jamal al-Balthas, which are basically camel cavalry. In the game, camels give a penalty to horses they're fighting against. Horses don't like camels because they spit, I guess. I don't know. I think they smell bad. And what the heck? Oh, that's... Otherwise, though, these guys aren't too heavily armed. They do have a nice shield, though. Yep, did you hear that? That was the camel. Okay, and they're wearing, like, kettle hats. Like someone took a pot and just put it on his head. And then finally, we have Desert Raiders, which are a common unit that everyone has. They're just a quick, light cavalry, anti-cavalry raiding force. They have exceptionally good capture power. Alright. So talking's over. Let's get this all set up.
Orders. What are your orders?
Oh, there's a giant rock there, I see. Let's put the swordsman in the middle. Let's have
Spears are yours.
our spearmen to the sides. And a spearman over to this side. Okay.
We are at your command.
Let's put our skirmishers up. Well, I can't do that, can we? Well, we'll move them up. We'll put them behind for right now. Man, these rocks, though, are really kind of pissing me off.
Our orders.
One cav over there, of each kind.
What are your orders?
And one over here, of each kind. Our general
Orders, my lord.
is actually an infantry unit. Heavy axe infantry, actually, so they're armor piercing. And we'll put these guys to each side as well, along with the spearmen. Alright.
What are your orders? This day will long be remembered.
My orders are to move up.
Back, rounded into this, their final cannon. Now stand ready to overrun enemy reinforcements.
They have the barrage ability, which I'm not exactly a big fan of.
Granted such opportunity.
It gives you quicker reload. Oh, do they have a siege engine? Oh, that's a tower. Right. So they're coming right at me. So let's just shoot.
Sighted the enemy. As you wish. The enemy has found our concealed units.
Alright, they're not waiting. They're coming right after me. So be it.
At your command. Spears at your
Let's hit them with our elite spearmen. These guys went straight for our swordsmen, but we could flank them with our spears. Actually, they're... Where are they? Oh, there they are. But then they have swordsmen coming from here. So let's actually get our skirmishers up there to take care of that. Along with some swordsmen. Okay, we're already sending them back. Hold. Alright, bowmen. Oh wow, I guess our reinforcements arrived. Let's go to fire arrows. Okay. And let's take out that tower.
We outnumber the enemy.
They engaged our skirmishers, but that is not a problem. Our skirmishers, as I mentioned before, are very tough.
My lord.
Cavalry's throwing javelins, that's fine. Alright, let's go and engage their general, who is a desert levy. Oh, that's a weak unit. 2 units of swordsmen should be plenty. And our swordsmen have the shield wall and frenzied charge ability. Alright, actually let's keep you over there. Let's have you kind of watch these guys. Oh good, they're heading away. Alright, so let's go. We can go frenzy or frenzied charge. Let's go frenzied charge. Into their back, perfect. Okay, let's hit these spearmen from behind with our cavalry. Perfect. Move up. Move up. General, move up a little bit. How are we doing on that tower? Sort of good. Alright, their general's running. Didn't take too much effort.
Infantry at your command. Melee cavalry at your command.
Not even going to use our reinforcements. And the tower's gone up. Excellent. Not that it really matters. They sent all their units out and we killed all of them. So Desert Raiders. You have excellent capture power. So let's see if we can't go and
Power is no more
capture some stuff.
at the devil.
Are there any towers we should capture? I guess that one up here could theoretically fire far enough to hit my cavalry. So let's capture it. There must be hidden units somewhere. We'll find them with our cavalry. Otherwise the game would have been over.
We are at your command. Orders, my lord.
Not the bowmen.
Double time. March.
Still don't see anyone. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and capture the town square. Maybe there's someone up here on this hill. I like how it's kind of built on a cliff. That's really cool. Hey, you guys. Particularly you cavalry. So let's go look up here and see if we can see something. Okay, let's capture that thing, please. Excellent. Oh, here they are. Alright. Let's engage them with our reinforcements. I wish we could actually capture the tower instead of just destroying it. But it is what it is.
The enemy's tower has been destroyed.
Let's use their own streets against them. And the settlement is on fire.
Is on fire.
Guess it had a really good mixtape. Actually, let's just get everybody over here. Good work, guys. This is beautiful. Seriously. Oh, look at these guys. It's very Persian looking. I guess these guys are kind of Persians, the Lochmids. Okay, oops. Too late to go into spear wall. We took that charge on the chin. That's alright. We can afford to be a little tactically negligent. We outnumber them quite substantially. Where's the rest of our guys? Cavalry. Let's get you here near the back. And you.
We have revealed their concealed men.
Come on, guys. Get up here. Oh, there's their cavalry. Let's shut them down. Let's see. Was there anything I didn't show you on the reserves? Oh, yes. Here are armored camels. Look at these guys. They're like camel cataphracts, covered in armor. The entire head, neck. They have these cool... like, blankets the guys are sitting on. They're wearing chainmail armor, long spear. Such a beautiful unit. I mean, look at that. That is just fantastic. And they're heading away. Looks like they're heading after my reserves. Or maybe they're trying to go into the city from this gate. Alright, cool. Here comes the rest of my troops. What are you guys doing? Oh, now you're coming back. Not good at making decisions, these Lochmids. And you know what time it is? It's charge of the light brigade time. Who's gonna take the lead here? Looks like these guys. And here come, there come the camels. Oh, it's getting ugly.
Has fallen. Our victory grows ever nearer.
Yeah, our victory's all but assured. Alright, you guys have been fighting hard. You can sit this one out. Actually, I don't have any infantry over here. Just these guys. And our general, of course. Who are you shooting at? Let's not, please. Oh man, we're lighting the palm trees on fire. That sucks. Okay, they want to engage my archers, who foolishly ran to the front. These are our naked... No, these are just regular desert bowmen. So they're not as good as my naked archers, but at least they're wearing clothes. So they don't get sunburned, which is nice. Alright. Alright, what do we got? Spears.
Orders, my lord.
Skirmishers. Go, go, go.
Missile infantry ready. We are at your command.
Quick.
At the ready.
Get into spear wall.
At the ready.
Or, well, yeah, it's... They say shield wall, but they mean spear wall. Let's get our axemen. I don't think I showed you the axemen. The Baltha. They're pretty awesome. They're doing a number on these poor spearmen. And it's cavalry time. Let's just get everyone here quickly. And bring the camels back too. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be really fun. It's a camel charge. You can't leave without a camel charge. Oh, and there are other cavalry. Oh, don't get in the way of the camel charge. Well, they're sort of getting in the way. Boom! Alright. You. You. And you. Okay, we're hitting them from all sides here. Man, they managed to get troops out pretty much everywhere. There's some guys even back here. Let's send these guys over to help. They're wavering from coast to coast here. And that is the end of the Lochmids. Murthied. He lost 1,600 of his men. I only lost 600 of mine. Ooh. Man, how do you stab someone through the chest with a mace? That seems incredibly implausible. And we are going to occupy it.
We fight for you, my lord.
Oh, he just had a heart attack or something. I don't know, he just fell. He's like, oh, I can't take it anymore.
At your command.
Boom. Oh, you're brand new. Holy moly. We're going to give you some cunning and some authority. We're going to give you a Kula. Research is really good. We're going to give you... Ooh, a human footstool. Enemy morale, -10. Love it. And... See, none of these are really military bonuses. They're all kind of public order bonuses. Like, way, way too many public order bonuses. And this, for example, the Barbarian Slave Girl only gives a bonus to the commanders. Oh, the whole force. Oh, no, just the commander's unit. Okay, that's... Yes, I don't care about bonuses for the commander's unit, because my commanders rarely ever get involved in battle, and when they do, it's not like they're turning the tide. So I guess I'll get more taxes. He's hanging out here, so... Oh, this guy ate to level 2. Let's give him... He only has one thing at Camel Warriors. The cavalry's kind of useless, but it's something. Then we can give him Strategist, though. That's good. So that is Himyar. They're a fun little faction, especially with the Radious mod. You have tons of different units to choose from, and they're all really unique. They all have good shields, which is good for me. I enjoy shielded armies. I enjoy armored armies, and these guys definitely fit that. There's the Rumha Skirmishers, and they're like the Rumha Warrior. They're what you get right at the beginning. The Rumha Warriors have better armor, but these guys still have shields, so they're still beasts. And then there's the Desert Spears, which are just generic units, Desert Levy Swordsmen, and regular Desert Bowmen. Nothing special about them. There was one thing I wanted to show you. Oh, right, the technology tree. So, as you can see here, with each level of military technology, you can choose the Jewish or the Semitic pagan path, but you can do both of them. I mean, there's really no reason not to. They're expensive. Like, if you'll notice, this one is 7,500 and this one is 15,000. My guess is that, and I'm just guessing here, but the price might change based on which is your main. So, for example, since my empire is officially Jewish, the Jewish technology here, Laws of Ritual Purity, costs less. But as you can see here, you can get both of them. And they provide similar things. They both provide an upkeep cost. So you're going to want both of them, right? Because you get -6 upkeep plus -6 upkeep. So that's -12. I think that's how it works. Hopefully that's how it works. It'd be interesting if the game would force you to choose one or the other. But then you have a public order -4. Again, construction cost -8 for religious buildings. And then you get a melee defense bonus when fighting Eastern Christian and Greek Christian with the Jewish one. And Zoroastrian and Greek Christian with this one. So if you get them both, theoretically, you have +12 against Greek Christian, which is pretty awesome. So that's that. That is the faction of Himyar in Attila Total War. Hope you enjoyed this quick little showcase of the faction. And I'd like to thank you very much for watching. Once again, I am Marcus Aurelius. Have a good one.